Most gardeners walk past leaf mold every fall without a second thought, and that single mistake quietly holds their soil back year after year. Leaf mold is dismissed as messy decay, something to rake up and remove. That misunderstanding is exactly why modern gardens struggle with compaction, erratic moisture, and stressed plants. Leaf mold is not compost, it is not mulch, and it is absolutely not waste. It is a biological soil system powered by fungi, and once you understand what it actually does, it changes how you see soil forever. This is one of those moments where everything clicks, because leaf mold doesn't just feed plants, it rewires the soil beneath them. Leaf mold is what happens when leaves are allowed to decompose slowly under fungal control instead of bacterial dominance. In forests, this process creates deep, spongy, living soil capable of holding water through droughts and releasing nutrients steadily for decades. Ancient growers understood this instinctively. They didn't chase fast compost or bottled fertilizers. They built soil that repaired itself, and leaf mold was the foundation of that system. When you bring that same material into your garden, the results are immediate and dramatic. The reason leaf mold outperforms compost begins with fungi. Compost relies heavily on bacteria to break down greens, scraps, and nitrogen-rich materials. That process creates nutrients quickly, but it also burns through organic matter fast. Leaf mold is almost entirely fungal. Fungi form long microscopic threads that weave through the soil like living rebar. These threads bind particles together, creating a structure that holds moisture without suffocating roots. This is why leaf mold feels soft, elastic, and almost springy in your hands. It is engineered by nature to manage air and water at the root zone, which is where most garden failures actually begin. When leaf mold is added to soil, it doesn't act like fertilizer. You won't see an instant nutrient spike, and that's exactly why it works so well. Instead, it changes the physical architecture of the soil. In heavy clay, those fungal networks push particles apart, opening channels for oxygen and root expansion. Clay that once cracked and sealed suddenly becomes workable and breathable. In sandy soil, leaf mold does the opposite. It fills the gaps, slowing water movement and allowing moisture to stay where roots can access it. In both cases, the soil stops fighting the plant. One of the most striking effects of leaf mold is how it stabilizes moisture. Soil amended with leaf mold can hold water 3 to 4 times longer than soil amended with compost alone, without becoming waterlogged or anaerobic. This is critical for gardeners dealing with irregular watering, heat waves, or container growing. Roots stop experiencing stress cycles. Plants grow more evenly, leaves thicken. Flowering becomes more consistent. To replicate this today, gather deciduous leaves such as oak maple or beech. Avoid glossy evergreen leaves. Soak them thoroughly with water until they are evenly wet but not swimming. Place them into a container that holds moisture while allowing slow airflow. A perforated bin, a breathable sack, or even a loosely covered pile behind a shed works perfectly. The key is stability. Fungi thrive in quiet, moist environments. Leave the pile alone. In 6 months to a year, the leaves will transform into a dark, velvety material that smells earthy and feels alive. This finished leaf mold is where the magic begins. Applied to garden beds, it should be spread thickly across the surface and gently worked into the top inch of soil. There is no benefit to burying it deeply. Fungal materials perform best near the surface where oxygen exchange naturally occurs. Over time, the fungal network extends downward on its own, carrying those benefits deeper into the soil profile. In containers, leaf mold becomes a game changer. Replacing 1/3 of your potting mix with pure leaf mold creates a root environment that closely mimics forest soil. Containers stop drying out unpredictably. Roots fill the pot evenly instead of circling or stalling. Plants become more resilient to mist waterings and heat stress. This is especially valuable for crops like tomatoes, peppers, herbs, and perennial edibles that suffer quickly in artificial mixes. Seed starting is another area where leaf mold quietly outshines modern products. Most seed starting mixes dry out rapidly and force young roots into stress before they are established. Leaf mold creates a moisture-stable microenvironment that keeps root hairs hydrated without drowning them. When sifted finely and mixed in equal parts with standard seed-starting soil, Leaf mold produces seedlings with thicker stems, denser root systems, and stronger early growth. This technique was documented across ancient seedbeds from multiple continents because it worked reliably without intervention. What makes leaf mold truly different from compost is longevity. Compost feeds soil for a season. Leaf mold becomes soil. Its structure persists year after year, gradually building depth, resilience, and biological complexity. This is why forest soils accumulate organic matter measured in feet rather than inches. Each annual layer adds to the system instead of disappearing. When gardeners add leaf mold consistently, they stop chasing soil problems and start watching them resolve naturally. This is also why leaf mold pairs so well with compost instead of replacing it. Compost delivers nutrients. Leaf mold builds structure. Together, they recreate the balance found in healthy natural ecosystems. But if you had to choose one material to rebuild failing soil, leaf mold would win every time, because structure comes before nutrition. Roots cannot access nutrients in broken soil, no matter how much fertilizer is added. Leaf mold requires almost no effort, no expense, and no specialized tools. It uses what nature provides freely every year and turns it into a long-term solution instead of seasonal input. When you use leaf mold, you're not following a trend. You're restoring a system that sustained agriculture long before synthetic inputs existed. If this guide shifted how you think about soil, that's the point. This is the kind of knowledge that changes results permanently, not just for one growing season, but for every season that follows. If you found value here, make sure to subscribe to Crop Corner for more deep, practical gardening wisdom that actually works. Share this with a fellow gardener who's still fighting their soil, and help bring this forgotten soil supercharger back where it belongs.